Good evening, everyone. This is Gil at Camppatton Family Compound, and Mark's MIA, so don't know where he's at right now. But it's time for the Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's topic is processing peppers. And here we are. And yeah, Mark was all excited about processing peppers because it's not just canning. He can talk about freeze drying.
Yeah, we're missing him. He'll be here soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, let me say hello to everybody here. We got a bunch more that rolled in here. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, then Phelan Klein Wolf, Troop 1351, Mother Earth Gardenstead, Geeky Gardens, then CP at Hugo Homestead. On your side, Rudy Fern with Autism Homestead came in.
Oh, thank you.
Then we have Suzanne Gallet, Angels Homestead, Aiden Ear, CR, Creative Redundancy, and yep. All right, there we go. Cool. That's everybody. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Cool. This is one that I am absolutely no real knowledge of, other than what I've seen other people doing on their little videos and stuff on it about the peppers. I enjoyed yours from last year, hanging them up in your car.
I still have quite a bit of those powdered.
Yeah. And the only thing I can say about it is, out of the 24 seeds that had a little root coming out of them in the chitting tray that I carefully put into the pots and carefully covered, 2 finally came up after a week.
Peppers are hard. They really need a lot of heat that I can't provide here. The
temperature of the soil, I have a thermometer in several of them, and it's reading 75 to 80 degrees depending on the time of day. If I open up if the sun's shining brightly outside and open up the louver blinds, and then it gets up to 80, 82.
Yeah. So they should do well.
Yeah. So those are just bell peppers. Those who are bell peppers. The hot peppers I planted, I can't pronounce the name of it, is I haven't seen any of those yet, but also those got planted a week. No, those got planted 4 or 5 days after the others. But yeah.
Mark says he might not make it. He's got something going on. So I just got a flash across the top of my phone. So we'll make do, but it'll be hard.
Yeah. Did I say Aiden Ear was here? Aiden Ear's here. Yes, he is. Okay. I'm looking up the thing here, and there he was. I may have missed him. I don't know if I did or not, but yeah.
No, you said him. I heard you. You said him. Yeah.
Okay.
I waved.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. Right now, my trays, for those that have seen on Camppatton Family Compound, the video of it on the shelves. So I got the grow lights shining down on the top one. Then I got the pepper sitting there. Then I got grow lights under that shining down in the next one, and grow lights shining down the next one. Well, the heat from the grow lights heats up the pads up above it.
Yeah.
So that it's like it's sitting on a heat pad. So, and then any radiant heat from the lights above it is heating it as well too. So,
yeah, they should. Yeah,
I've listened to Courtney and Dustin, grumble about their peppers, and other people grumble about getting their peppers going. And then when they do get them going, then they grumble about, holy crap! And they're just
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have seen a lot of reels on Facebook and a couple of videos on YouTube of people talking about, okay, here it comes. Here's the first flower, right? We pinch that one off and we strip all the leaves below that. And they're just going on, just stripping all the leaves off these ones. And then it picks up like about 2 months later, and there's a huge old monster plants. And
yeah, so, I don't know if we have that much time up here.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping it goes and whoa. Okay, hang on. What's Angel saying there? listening tonight.
Oh.
Ooh. Sorry about that. Oh, Sandy says we're getting another snowstorm tomorrow afternoon.
We got tornadoes and high winds south of us, and we got severe ice and down trees and down power lines north of us. So kind of, it is spring in Michigan too.
Yeah. All right. So temperature has dropped from earlier today. It's now down at 39 degrees outside, according to my thing here. And it says chance and snow and rain before 3 a.m. Then a chance of snow showers after 4 a.m. with a low around 31 now. It was above 30 before, above freezing before. Now it's dropping below. Same thing for tomorrow night. And we got 50% chance of snow tomorrow, 20% chance of snow on Wednesday. And then we got sunny. Then, oh, wait a minute. Snow sunny Thursday morning, and snow Thursday afternoon.
Oh.
And the same thing on Friday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. Who is slipping Mother Nature the what to call it, and taking her other meds away from her? And who's holding her beer?
Oh, it's just not spring yet. No matter what the calendar says, spring comes when spring wants to come here.
Yeah. But yeah, yesterday I went walking around the garden out here looking for a place, okay, where I'm going to plant this stuff. And when I got on the west side of the house, also it's like I'm walking on a sponge with all the compost I put out, all the wood chips out there,
yep, so.
and it holding the water into the soil underneath, and it's all this thing. Ooh, I'm like, I'm hoping most of that's decomposing, and hopefully it will be decomposing by the time I get out there to plant. A TikTok ad on YouTube. And that was Angels, and Sandy got a healthcare ad plus a deck repair ad. Yeah. I'm not going to name names. 2 people so far have emailed me or made mention of it in their comments when they finally able to watch a video, that YouTube is blocking videos. They bring it up a brand new video, and it starts to load, and the ad will come on and go black, and it counts down the ad, and it'll count down the other one, stay in black, and then it goes across for the video, and won't let them watch it.
That's okay. It suggested a video to me today, and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, and I clicked on it, and it was a video of my own from a year ago, a short, but it didn't have the same, you know how they set the picture for the shorts for you?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have the same picture, so it didn't even look like mine. So I clicked on it, and it was from a short of mine from a year ago that it's just now suggesting to me to watch for myself.
Yeah,
not that would do me any good, because they don't count those hours for you.
Yeah, I've seen several times like that where I've been getting suggested on videos for myself to watch of my own. It's like,
yeah,
I just posted that. Why are you telling me? And what's funny is one of the ones I was playing from on Grayman Prepping Plane of Camppatton Family Compound, because I can do that, and I check to see, make sure everything's working right and everything else. The third video down was the video that was playing. Suggested.
Yeah.
Yes, I think somebody hacked them.
I don't know. It's just weird right now.
Yeah. Oh, Diana too just came in.
Hi.
No notice. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is, there's a lot of stuff with it. Anyways, well, since Mark's not going to be coming, let's get into this here. Okay, what can we do with peppers? We can can them.
Oh,
we can
yes.
pickle them. We can hang dry them. We can mechanically dehydrate them, or solar dehydrate them if you got a solar dehydrator. Freeze dry them, powder them, and just throw them in the freezer.
Yeah.
So,
I do all of these.
That's the only slide I have for you guys.
I love the canned peppers. I love cowboy candy. So they're a canned pickled pepper, candied pepper. I love pepper jellies, and I put peppers.
Jelly. That's the one I didn't have jelly up on there.
But that counts as candy, so it counts.
Mm.
I love putting them in like soups. I'm not a big fan of like eating peppers just by themselves, but I will put them in soups and in sauces and in salsa. So there's a lot of ways you can can peppers. And then what was next on our list? Oh, banana peppers. Yes, pickled banana peppers for salads. I do a bunch of those. Oh, and hot sauce. I can a lot of peppers as hot sauce. I did 12 pints this year of hot sauce. That's one pint a month for my son, which is not enough. I still had to buy hot sauce.
Okay. All right. So, question on the cowboy candy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some videos where someone says, "Oh, we want to use this really hot pepper and this really hot this," and people complaining about it. Someone give it to me. It's too dang hot to enjoy. Is there anything special about what peppers you're supposed to use, or can you use anything you want?
You can use anything you want. I use jalapenos, but when I've had some other peppers, I have thrown a little bit of other peppers into that just to make an extra hot one. But you're putting it, I slather that baby on top of cream cheese on top of a cracker. So I'm cutting the heat with the cream cheese. It's just like drinking milk to counteract the caffeine.
So it's more like a jelly than candy.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've never seen what it looked. I just heard people talking about it.
It is super sweet. It's very hot and super sweet.
Okay.
You use pickling spices and a lot of sugar to make cowboy candy, and then it's super hot. Yes, serranos for hot sauce. I have done hot sauce with jalapenos. I did ghost pepper hot sauce. I did some super hot sauce this year. Oh, stuffed pepper. Yes. I have also canned stuffed peppers, and I did unstuffed pepper soup too. Yes.
Okay.
We freeze stuffed peppers. We make them and freeze them, and then throw them in the oven when we want them. Oh, I didn't even think about pepper relish. Yes. Geeky Gardens. Yes, that is another one. You can make a really good relish with peppers instead of cucumbers, and it's really good.
Okay. Did I show this one already?
No.
I don't think I did.
Yes. I also did a peach habanero jelly this year. And we really haven't got into that yet.
Guess what we did?
What?
We chased, wrong one. Where'd it go? There it is. We chased CR out of it.
Sorry, CR. Not sorry. You knew I was here. It's going to be good food talk.
And Shady Hill Homestead just came in on your side.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mother says, good for a cowboy candy.
Yes. Shishito would be very good. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when someone says candy, this, like cowboy candy, this candy, I'm always thinking about, especially when they say cowboy candy, I'm thinking about almost like, something chunky, rock hard, like you cooked it up or processed it, and it's something you can break off and chew on it.
No, it's more like a gooey jelly.
So I'm thinking something more like, it would be sort of like the texture of jerky or something, that you got to chew on it.
No, it's just like
maybe I have to experiment. I'm going to have to experiment and come up with something like that.
I believe Mark said he's dehydrated it, freeze-dried it, and made it into like a jerky. But it would be super hot that way. I like it with cream cheese. I like it as like an appetizer or a spread. And then the extra juice, I can the extra juice, and I use that as a marinade on my roast.
Yeah. All right, Penny just came in on your side, and welcome, Diana too has also checked in on your side as well as my side.
Double dipping, yes.
Yeah. All right, yeah, because I know listening to Joe Garden State Gardener / Grow Big TV. He likes to powder his peppers.
Yes.
Because he says you maintain the flavor, but it takes the heat out of it. So ones that taste really good, but they burn your mouth so bad you don't want to take another bite, but you want to because it tastes good. He says when he powders it and stuff, it takes it down. So when he adds it to whatever he's adding it to, it's not hot, but it's very flavorful.
Yeah, tell that to my cayenne pepper powder. And he uses way hotter peppers, so I'll trust his word on it, but I'll stick to like cayenne and below. Hey, Lewis.
Yeah, and so and I was just looking because last year in the spring and stuff, when Joe was giving away all those seed packets, and I was in there in the things and I got all these seed packets, and I didn't realize how many different types of pepper seeds I got from Joe.
And I was looking for a paprika pepper, and I had said something in one of my videos, and when I won pepper seeds, he sent me a paprika pepper, and he's like wonderful. He's so generous. He's like really.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really generous. Awesome, man.
Yeah. So I just listening to everybody talk about peppers for me, and the only peppers that anybody in my family grew, my mom grew some bell peppers back in the late 70s, early 80s, and she kept those for herself, and I was like, cool, because I don't like bell peppers. I mean, it's just always been something about it. But I do love a good how do I put this so I don't offend? What the heck? I'm going to offend people. Non-chunky, nice salty salsa, hot sauce for dipping chips in, and you can scoop it up, and the excess runs off, and you still have a full chip, and you don't have a big old massive chunk of tomato and whatever on there. I like my salsa to be able to be almost like you can spread it on like butter on your.
Yes, me too. I don't like a juicy salsa. I like a saucy salsa.
Yeah, like a good pasta sauce.
Yes,
good,
with chunks of fruit in it or veggies or whatever.
But it's like I've always loved that stuff, but I've never liked bell peppers. Biting into something that had a bell pepper in it, never liked that. Never liked eating the jalapenos like my dad and my mom did. My mom would eat one or two of them because back then they had some mild jalapenos and they had some hot ones. They buy in the jars. My dad would eat the hot ones. My mom would eat the mild ones. And some of the guys that worked for my grandfather were running the other house on the property. There were 3 Mexicans there. Really cool guys. I mean, excellent guys. I didn't speak Spanish. They spoke English, but they worked with me trying to get me to learn, and they would show me how to do stuff. And I'm a early teenager, okay, yeah. And so they're really cool guys.
I never really thought I don't like cooked green peppers. I don't like the flavor of them. I don't really want them in my food much, with a few exceptions, like the unstuffed pepper soup. But I really didn't think I liked raw ones, but I really didn't think I liked peppers. And then I started getting into the hotter peppers, the jalapenos, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I do like peppers. I just like them to have flavor.
Sugar Rush peach peppers. Okay.
Yes. I've had that one too.
Yeah.
I like to go to the farmer's market because I'm not good at growing peppers. It's such a long time for here to get. I get these little things that aren't really big. Like last year we got some nice big peppers, but usually I get like these little tiny things. So I love to go to the farmer's market, and they have the baskets of assorted peppers, or I can pick from the one guy has like all these different things, and he doesn't care if you mix and match. You can make a peck of peppers. So I love to get an assortment and try them and do things with them.
Now, one of my favorite seasonings for stuff comes from Kinder's, and they have a smoky roasted garlic, something or other, and it's and taco seasoning stuff, and it's got, I can't remember the name of the peppers. It's like AN something or other.
Anaheim?
Not Anaheim. I think there's a Z in there.
Anchio, I can't pronounce it.
I think that may be it.
The anchios are like a serrano almost, and they're big and then they're red, and they flatten them out. They dry them and they flatten them out, and then they powder them. We have an ethnic restaurant, or not restaurant, an ethnic grocery that services the Hispanic community exclusively here. And I love that grocery. You can buy these great big things of dried peppers, as much as you want or as little as you want. You can buy them in packages. You can buy them right on the strings, all dried and ready. And then I've made some nice powders and homemade seasonings with those.
Yeah, I know back in California, there are 2 markets like that. One over by Costco and the other over by Sam's Club.
Makes sense.
And I'm gonna have to talk to my wife to see if she wants to go go take a look, see if she can find anything that she might want to make stuff out of, and experiment.
Everything is in Spanish. So I had 2 years of Spanish in high school, and it is not enough. We did not do enough food stuff. I can ask where the bathroom is and tell them to keep their hands to themselves because their mother wears combat boots, but I cannot order more than like restaurant food. So I really wish my Spanish was a little more refined.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much my wife took in school. Spanish was not offered in my school. What was offered was Navajo in our high school, because we were on the Navajo Indian reservation.
That's really cool.
Right. It's kind of up on one side of the town and stuff. But
we had French and Spanish. If you took 3 to 4 years, so you were supposed to take 4 years, but you could go as a junior because they only went every other year. Every other year was to France or to Spain, and the teachers would take you to that country, and you would get to go. So in 1985, I got to go to France because I took 4 years of French, but I only took 2 years of Spanish.
But as far as all the peppers and stuff, it's just like I've come across some really good tasting mild salsas. I'm gonna call them mild because I'm not a super heat guy. But then again, hey, I like taking the Tabasco chipotle sauce on my quesadilla before I put the tortilla on top of the cheese and tossing it onto the griddle, the heat to cook it. But
homemade hot sauce is super easy. It is peppers, vinegar, the tomato in the color to match your pepper color, so that it doesn't. If you mix the pepper color and the tomato color, you get a brown sauce, which is not appetizing. So if you're using super green peppers, use green tomatoes. If you're using super red or orange peppers, you want to keep that orange color, use red tomatoes. And it's just vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and spices and peppers, and puree it and ferment it or can it. I've done both.
I just remembered something. I've seen a couple videos with chickens, and people saying about what is taking some like cayenne pepper flakes and other pepper flakes, because chickens have no sense of heat.
No, but it does help heat up their bodies internally and help them produce more eggs in cold weather.
Yeah.
So
this was about putting it out there so while they're eating this and keep basically mixing in with their food so the mice and stuff stay away from the food, and other critters like the trash pandas stay away from their food.
Squirrels too. If you put it in your bird feeder, if you put cayenne pepper powder in your bird feeder, the birds will still eat the birdseed. Still eat the birdseed, but the squirrels will leave your bird feeders alone. They learn real quick. It's not.
Yeah.
Mammals have different taste buds than birds.
Yeah. I've taken the come on, brain work. The cayenne powder, we buy it, Costco or Sam's Club, the big thing, and mixed canola oil with it. Now I don't feel bad about using the canola oil for this, and made a mix, and and sprayed it on the top of the fence where the squirrels would come across and run across the top of the fence and then jump up into the apple trees, and I put it up on there, and for about a week or two, or the first rain, they wouldn't be up there. They'd drop down. They'd come across the ground all the yard to get up into the apple trees.
I thought you were going to say you rubbed it on for arthritis on your tired, achy joints, because you can make an arthritis ointment like that. You can also make your own. You need to be very careful when you're drying and dehydrating peppers, especially if you're using like a dehydrator. Do that outside, because you can make your own tear gas, bear spray with that stuff. And you don't want to be doing that in your home.
Yeah.
Yes, cayenne pepper. That's what that's the one that's a natural dewormer. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. And Diana got an ad for crypto taxes and Louisiana fish fry on your side.
Oh, I am very proud of myself. I just want to confess, I have actually sent in my federal income tax, and I am 16 days early. I did it this month instead of waiting till next month.
Yeah. I'm not, I think my wife sent everything in for all the tax stuff. So
I usually do it on the last day because I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people at midnight at the post office throwing it through the little slot.
Yeah, she does it online and everything else, and which
I couldn't do it online because I only have 1099s. I don't have a W-2. So I could not do it online. So whatever.
And Texas Rob is here, and Shady Heel's now on my side and your side. They came over to my side as well.
Double dipping. I'll give you waves from each hand.
And Dave's on your side here. He says he's the master of horseradish.
Horseradish grinding is something one will only do once. Once in your lifetime is enough to know that is something you only want to do once. And always do that outside with goggles and a face mask and maybe a whole respirator. It loses its potency too if you grind too much at once. So don't do a big batch.
It was Saturday's live stream with Shadow Scout Swede, and it diverged a little bit into talking about what sort of gas masks and stuff and everything else to wear, and while they were talking about it,
I did not have internet. I was traveling from Michigan to Indiana and back, and I did not have internet.
But years ago, when I was working for some underground construction companies, they put me through the hazmat, the federal hazmat training thing to be a site supervisor. There were 3 of us that went through it, so they could have one on site, at all times, no matter what. And where is it here? There it is. Actually, let me just bring up the images here. So if you're going to be, I can tell you this one here. Come on. There we go. Bring it, share it. This here is the Honeywell North, or just North 7600. This is what they use on hazmat sites. This is the preferred one because they have 2 canisters. They screw off. They're stage canisters. This is the purple is the N95 or N99 HEPA filter, with the yellow is the ammonia gas and other similar type ones. The green green one here, the green one down here is the organics, such as Roundup and other ones. But yeah,
we were on the highway headed to and I think we were in Indiana. And all of a sudden, I'm like, what is that perm solution I'm smelling? It smelled like the old, and I should have recognized it because this has happened to me before. I'm like, it smells like the old beauty shop from 1970. Like all the old ladies are getting the perm at once right here. And then we passed ammonia hydroxide truck, and obviously that they had a leak.
Yeah, it was venting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the black. Oh, the black one here is just a charcoal filter below the
N95, 99.
The N95 clip on there on it. And this one here, the clear plastic one, is you can pop it off and just pop in a wafer again to do it. But yeah, those are that's what you want for when you're doing the powdering the peppers
or the hot peppers, the ghost peppers and above.
Yeah, you want that. You may even want to go ahead and get the Tyvek hood that goes around it tight to protect your ears. And
if you're using hot peppers, I don't care what you think you can do and how much you think you can stand it. If you are cutting any hot pepper, even jalapenos, some of them could be really hot. Wear gloves. Do not skip the gloves. If you skip the gloves, the antidote is milk. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. But if you skip the gloves and then you use the restroom afterwards, you may need that milk in places you never thought you would put milk.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Don't think that you're smarter and that you aren't touching it and it doesn't go all over. Use gloves.
So how long does frozen vacuum sealed bell peppers last?
About a year. I've never really had them go longer than that in my freezer because I try to use them up before the next season. And if I haven't used them up, I'm going to make them into cowboy candy. But at least a year, maybe more, but at least a year.
One of the things that we did when we were working hazmat, on went a pair of nitrile gloves. On went a second pair over that. On over that went like the Playtex dish washing gloves. Then went the heavy duty rubber industrial work gloves, and each layer got duct taped as you put it on.
Yeah, and I always double gloved when I worked in surgery. I loved it when they came out with the indicator gloves, so that your inner glove, your outer glove got a hole in it, your inner glove indicated with a color change, which is really nice.
Yeah, but even when like we're working at Homeland Security, when we go do checks on these, like TSA and Customs Border Protection and stuff like that, and we'd go in there when they were, watching while they're doing inspections and stuff, we'd glove up too, just in case.
Yeah.
And so it was always 2 pair of the nitrile gloves. Mm-hmm. And life in the Piedmont Homestead.
Oh, hi.
Just came in on your side.
Great channel. Go over and check that out. She's got a lot of good cooking and canning videos too.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm just can't hardly wait until we actually have a greenhouse.
Yes.
Where I can start putting the peppers into the ground in March and have it nice and warm in there for the peppers.
I thought you were going to say that you would string up your peppers and let them dry in the greenhouse, and so you didn't have to use your car like I do.
No, I'll just string them up about around the wood burning stove and set a fire in the wood burning stove.
Oh, okay. I mean, your dash works really well. I mean, I always hang them on the hook in the back of the truck. And those sunny days in Michigan, doesn't matter how cold it is outside, they dry pretty quick up there. I've never had a problem with the humidity like I had in my first house.
One of the things I have a feeling we're going to wind up doing here, I'm not sure if it'll work for the peppers or not, but on the front side of the house, there's a 4-foot dirt garden patch planter, whatever you want to call it, between the house and our walkway, not the sidewalk in the street, but our walkway to the, from the front door to the driveway. And I'm thinking about talking to the wife about putting turning that into a hot box.
Ooh.
get some glass window things, and lay them at a 45-degree angle.
Look for somebody who's changing out their shower. That glass shower door with the handle on it makes the perfect, and it's about 6 foot long, so you don't have to have multiple ones. You could just have one.
Yeah.
And if you get it with the plexi type glass, it's still very hot, but it is not as breakable.
Right.
I have one of those. It's out of the property, but it was broken when I got there, and I have the replacement glass, but I'm not out there enough that I haven't replaced it yet because I don't want it to get broken again.
Zone 6A, Thanksgiving.
Ooh,
cool.
Nice. I am up here in 4 or 5. Sometimes we're 4, sometimes we're 5. So I don't have that luxury.
I'm here 5A, 5B. Right now, for some reason, we think we're 5. We think we're 6A because it's it's never this warm here, and the last couple of weeks have been really warm. Usually, the piles of snow on the side of the road when it gets plowed off the road and stuff don't melt until into May, and there is not a sign of snow anywhere. And I look up. Hang on a second. Let me just look right here. Yeah. The Grand Tetons are looking pretty snow barren on this side.
No skiing this year, this late.
Well, the thing is, 4 weeks ago, they were covered. And then we had rainstorms come through.
Yeah.
It warmed up and it was rain. So all that snow got rained on. And
it's a bad year for the ski resorts.
Yeah. Well, California's doing good from what I understand. But hopefully this here gives it all the chance to soak into the aquifer. And if we do get more snow now, when it starts melting, it's not going to, it won't be evaporating away like it normally does. It'll start melting.
At the place that I work at, there's a dock going into a pond. And we have literally had to move our dock 4 foot into where the pond was because of the water level being 4 feet lower than what it was. So the dock is literally almost 4 to 6 feet. We had to move it forward because it wasn't out over the water anymore. I know they're heavy, but you don't really open them up much, or if you do, you open them up a crack.
Yeah.
And for the extra, especially here where I'm at, for the extra 2 to 3 weeks on each end of the season, that's a big help to my growing season.
Well, I'm just thinking, Jack's kept them for years. Take them up to your mom's place this summer. Make a hot boxes against the side of the house for her.
And they're tempered glass, so if they break, they're not going to shatter all over the place.
It's going to be chunks.
Yeah, so it's actually safer to use in that application than some other things.
Yeah, if we can get hold of some of those doors, I'll probably just make a 2x4 frame and router down it so it sits down into the frame and just hinge the back side so I can.
Well, what you do, you want to dig down 2 to 3 feet or more and put bricks down there, and then you fill up the first foot with your manure, fresh manure, and then you do the next 2 feet with soil. That manure also heats. As it composts, it's heating. And then you can clean it out every couple of years and put new manure in there. It will actually help heat that space. And then you want it on a 45-degree slant. So you want it about 2 to 3 feet in the back and at least a foot in the front with a slant on the sides so that it is tipped up at about a 45 to your sun, and you want it facing south.
Yeah. Because where I'm putting is right up against the house.
Yes.
And so I really can't dig down that much there because I got foundation and stuff there. Yeah. But I could dig down like board. Yeah. But I could just I got another idea. I got to talk to the wife about it. I don't want to get too much on here, but I could. When the gas guys did, they dug down a little bit and they drilled a hole through the foundation to put the gas line through. to get into the house. And if I do that, I can run an 1.5-inch line of PVC in, across, and back under, and put a little small 12-volt fan on there, and that'll heat it up from under the house. Yeah. Passive geothermal.
Passive geothermal. Yeah. But yeah, you can use what they used to do, like in England, and this is where I've read it in the gardens, is every year they would dig it out. That bottom foot, they would put fresh manure so that if you ever see it, it steams when it breaks down. Yeah. And it actually heats up the soil for them. Yeah. And then the bricks help hold in the heat too.
Yeah. So Jack needs a hitch on the van to pull a trailer. Okay. Oh, yeah. The
$149.99 on Amazon. Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah, and you got and there's probably a bunch of different ones you can check on that to find one that actually matches up to the year and model of your van.
Do not go and get it at a place. Actually, buy it off Amazon and then have them put it on. You will save about $150. They will jack the price up double.
Yeah. All right. Peppers. Back to peppers again, though. And let me get rid of this thing over here and bring this back up. Pickling. We covered that a little bit.
Well, but I do want to touch on, if you don't have a lot of peppers at once, you can take your peppers, slice them up. Like if you're going to do banana peppers, but you don't have enough to do a whole canner load yet, you can slice those banana peppers up, put them in 100% vinegar. They will keep for 6 to 9 months. So you can keep them until you get a big enough harvest to do a whole canner load. So if you like me, sometimes I go to the farmer's market and I buy that basket of mixed stuff, but I don't use all of them. I will slice the rest of them up and throw them in vinegar, 100%. It's not diluted vinegar, 4% undiluted pure vinegar, and I put them in that to preserve them until I can process them. So do know that you can do that too, and they will keep 6 to 9 months that way without any refrigeration.
Okay, Jack. Yeah, I'll just throw that one up there so you can see it too.
A good one. It's a good problem to have an oversized gas tank, but it's a problem because
yeah. All right. Now, so if you have peppers and stuff, what about just freezing them and then going ahead and canning or pickling them later when you have a?
They will be mushy. Frozen peppers are mushy peppers. So
frozen peppers are good for.
Cowboy candy doesn't matter so much. Stir fry, doesn't matter so much. What I do is I slice up peppers, red, green, bell peppers. I slice them up into fajita slices, is what I call them, and freeze them. And those I use for like fajitas or for cooking or stir fry. But I know they're going to be mushy. Frozen peppers are mushy peppers. That's
Okay, so they're good for. So they're good for salsa recipes and stuff like that, and making a hot Italian spaghetti sauce.
yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, but just so you know, they're not going to be like crispy, crunchy. I wouldn't freeze them and then pickle them because it's just going to be liquid mush. Yes, I actually stuff them first, but yes, you can freeze them and then stuff them later. But I freeze them, or I stuff them and then freeze them. I'll do it right in the aluminum foil so that I can take out, and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I can take out as many as I want for that meal.
Sandy, I would go to the Rebel Canners Facebook page and search for,
pepper salsa.
Yeah.
And then everybody who's ever made a recipe is in there.
Yeah.
All the recipes in the files are actually recipes that people have posted up and through 2023 and some of 2024. I'm a year behind. I need to do it again, but I usually do it when I'm doing a cookbook. Just have more rabbits. Perfect. When I had rabbits, I would always give them the pieces of the pepper I didn't eat, and they thought that was the greatest thing. Also, my daughter has guinea pigs, so I will save all the pepper innards, the guts, when I take them out to make stuffed peppers and give them to my daughter's guinea pigs. They love peppers.
Ah, and it probably keeps them healthier too.
Guinea pigs are actually supposed to have a cup of fresh vegetables or fruits, mostly vegetables, a day per pig.
Oh. Chickens eat anything. Yellow diced peppers in my freezer is not enough for dehydrating. We'll put them in something.
Yep.
Quail like them too.
Oh, I did not spoil my I had quail for a while. I wish I still had quail, but once they get old, they don't have the longevity of other things I've had.
Yeah, my daughter and I have been talking about other things to do. Animals to go around here. Since got on a little bit of animals things. See if it's just the one she sent it to me on, or whether it's Gray Man. Come on. That would be. Oh, okay. Got to go the other one because I got my personal Facebook account, and I got one for Gray Man Prepping, and I think she sent it to me. Yeah. I gotta wait for it to cycle. Yep. I don't know what it is about sometimes things are it's not loading. Come on, load. Oh well. Because I they say chickens will eat anything. I think pigs will eat anything too.
Yes, they'll eat even more of anything.
Yeah.
But they're harder to.
Oh, it just disappeared on me. She sent me it. I saw it, and it disappeared. The picture. Someone here in Firth on the I Love Firth Facebook page was shoot. Wait a minute. I'll work about that later. Posted a picture of all these little piglets for sale.
They're so cute and smelly and annoying and easily escape artists.
It depends how much land you have for the pigs. I have found out from people.
I had 10 acres. That is not an accurate assessment. And they still wouldn't stay home. And I even had razor wire at the bottom that they couldn't tunnel under, and they tunnel. Literally, I put razor wire like you see on the top of prisons.
Yeah.
I could not keep those things in. And I said the next time I have pigs, I want a 5-foot cement perimeter, cement on the bottom with a drain and a little shelter on the one end. And I'll keep them and I'll hose them down. But if I don't have a cement castle, I'm not keeping pigs again.
Yeah. Someone did. This was an interesting thing. I'm trying to remember. Was it the CBs? Was it trying to remember the channel? What they did, they had their cow panels up, but then a foot inside the cow panels, they had 12-inch stakes driven, insulator stakes, and just had a single hot wire.
I've seen all those, and it works for so many people, but it did not work for me. I had a hot wire too, but it did not work for me. But I also think that I had a neighbor's dog that was, I was not living at the property where I had the pigs. And I think I had animals bothering my pigs.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have any other animals around other than their own animals, but yeah, the thing I found out that on the hot wires, you got to make sure it has a high enough oomph to it. A lot of them say, "Oh, this one will do 2 miles. This will do 10 miles. This one, look for the number of joules that puts out." So I saw one that said this, it said this one will do 2 miles, and it was a 0.75 joule, and then the 10-mile one was 0.1 joule. The one I got for my daughter was a 3 joule.
I actually had electric wired to there, and it was plugged straight in. It was not a solar panel one. It was plugged straight in. It was a weed eater one.
Yeah. Well, this is a plug-in too, but that's the thing is to be a weed one, you got to be up at least above 2 joules.
Yeah,
do it.
That's what I'm saying. I did not go chintzy on this setup.
Yeah.
And I literally had barbed wire and razor wire and hot wire and pig panel, and they just would not stay home.
I found a workaround. I sent it from Grayman to my personal page, which has the piggies now.
They're so cute.
Yorkshire cross wiener pigs for sale. First round of vaccinated already. Males are castrated. Average weight 40 plus pounds.
That's a good one.
$175 each.
Those aren't piglets. Those are wiener size.
Yeah, those are wieners. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got. I bought 4 of them, and they threw in 2 more, so I wound up with 6. I went there for 4 and came home with 6.
Yeah.
And they were red Duroc Yorkshire crosses.
Yeah. So next year we're not sure we're going to do goats or pigs. If we do pigs, it's going to be interesting. But
may the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah, I got plenty of cow panels and hot wire now to.
And my mom had a pig when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And the pig did not have a fence. And she slept under our front porch, just like, I'm telling you, I was redneck, okay? I'm not kidding. And my mom had that pig trained like a dog. It was a pet.
Yeah.
And it slept under the porch, but I just don't have the same experience with training them that my mom did, I guess.
My sister, when I was, okay. All right, so we moved when I was 8.5. So before that, my sister had a pig. Had it for a couple of years. They got it bred. It was the nicest pig. Once they got it bred, my dad was saying no one goes in the pen anymore.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And my sister, who's 10 years older than me, so she was 16, I think, at the time. It's my pig. She loves me. Once those babies dropped, it chased her out of that pen.
Yeah. And I will never have a boar. Ever. Ever, ever, ever.
Came in on your side.
Hi, Tammy. Yeah. But back to Pepper. We better get back to Pepper.
I got a question for you.
No, the pig was not named Arnold.
For those that aren't old enough for that, it's a TV show.
Yeah. I get the reference, but no.
Which one? I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was that Green Acres? Or was that?
I think so.
Yeah, so yeah. Green Acres, Petticoat Junction, and the Beverly Hillbillies all interacted and crossed with each other.
Yeah, it was Green Acres. Yeah. Jaja had it. And yeah.
Okay, so but the reason I brought the pigs and stuff, if I know there are certain things that like they're talking about for the chickens, the deworming, the cayenne peppers, and probably a couple of the other ones too will deworm chickens. Probably do work fairly well on pigs, I might think. I would suspect. I know the walnut husks and all, will deworm pigs.
Yeah.
There's been a
I
lot
know
of
the
channels.
black walnut tincture will deworm humans, but I do not know how black walnut works on other mammals.
Yeah, the who was it wasn't Anthony. There were several of them that have pigs and stuff. Oh yeah, and then you're out there with a little bag of husks they got from the walnut factory, walnut processing plant, and they just get the husk and they just feed it to the pigs.
Horses cannot have black walnuts even get in their feet, and
yeah,
they cannot be around black walnuts. Black walnuts, they took that black they turn is from iodine. So like I am deathly allergic to iodine, so I can't even handle black walnuts anymore.
All right. What else can we go over on processing the peppers? It's
freeze drying is a good way.
Yeah. That was Mark's forte too.
Yeah, Mark, we're missing you. I have no experience with that, so I don't really know what you do to do that for those.
I do know he basically kind of told me off a little bit ago. Yeah, you freeze them up like everything else. Yeah. He says freeze it first so you're not running your freeze dryer quite so long. Then you put the tray right into the freeze dryer, let it do it, and then you just go outside and powder it.
Yes, outside. Again, with a respirator or at least an N95, outdoors, goggles, gloves, mask.
And I try to remember, I think he was saying something about also just cubing it up into small pieces like you're going to add it to,
if you want to rehydrate them for soups or stews or
whatever.
I mean, it's different, like how are you going to use it? Is it a bell pepper? Then you might want cubes. If it's a hot pepper, you might want powder.
Yeah.
If it's like cayenne pepper for spice, you're going to want powdered.
Now, seeds versus the meat.
Seeds are hotter than the meat.
So unless you want the really hot stuff, you should
you devein them.
Yeah. So you want to harvest the seeds first so you can plant seeds again next year.
Yeah. Make sure you have fully ripe peppers to save the seeds. Also, peppers cross-pollinate very readily. So if you truly are planning on saving the seeds, you might want to hand pollinate them and then put something over them like a little bag or something until the blossoms fall off. Yes, you can do that. You can do that too. You can put them in capsules. Cayenne peppers are purported. I am not giving you medical advice. Seek your own medical professional's advice on this. Do not follow me. Do your own research. Cayenne pepper is what they put in a lot of the icy hot, not the icy part, but the hot part of arthritis ointments. So a lot of those really hot ones, Tiger Balm is another one that has a lot of capsaicin, I believe, in it. Don't quote me. I may be wrong. I'm only human.
Do your research. We're just telling you, go do your research.
So there are recipes you can find online for making your own ointments with oils or tallows for arthritis. Hot pepper has other health benefits I'm not going to go into because we will both get dinged because we're doing this to both our channels. But there's a lot of health benefits from cayenne peppers. Also, it is purported to putting it on bleeding is also purported to be beneficial to stop bleeding. But I have never tried that, and I'm not recommending you do. I'm recommending you seek professional help.
Yeah.
Did I say that nicely?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If not, follow the American Medical Association's
yes. Always
recommendation.
Always.
Yeah.
I am not WebMD. Don't listen.
And I am not the WHO. All right. Okay. All right. So I think we've covered everything we can cover here. Dehydrate, hang drying, pickle, canning, powdering, freezing, freeze drying. My 12-year-old mine spoke up, and I'm not going to say it. No, we're not going to go there. All right. So coming up here this week, Tammy will not be going live this week.
Nope. Do not have time. If it is, it'll be a pop-up at a weird time, not my usual Thursday noon.
Yeah. So tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, I still have the Gray Man Prepping up here instead of Camppatton Family Compound. So on my Gray Man Prepping channel, tomorrow night for Tactical Tuesday, do you know how to do land navigation? In other words, if your app fails you, do you know how to pull out a paper map and find your way around?
Funny, I had my oldest grandson today, and he's homeschooled, but we were in the car. He didn't have a writing utensil. He didn't have a flat surface. He had so many reasons why he couldn't work on his math homework. I said, okay. So then he was playing Pokemon Go, and he was giving me directions to the next Pokemon gym. And I said, is that north? Is that south? Is it right? Is it left? I'm going to sit here until you can figure out on your map what direction you want me to drive. And so we had a little lesson on navigation and how to give directions and how to be the co-pilot and follow his was an electronic map, but his little map, and figure out from looking at his map and translating that into right or left, north, south, east, west. And he had some, it took him a while, and then he started to get it.
Yeah.
But any kid that's getting to be of a driving age really needs to be the navigator and start learning where you're going and how to give directions to the driver.
That's what we all grew up with, and we had the city map, we had the county map, we had state maps, and if you're going on a trip, all of a sudden a bunch more maps appeared in the car magically.
Oh, do you remember the old AAA triptychs, where if you had AAA, you could call them and they would plan your route, and then you just kept flipping the page as you. It's sort of like Google Maps now, but it wasn't electronic.
We had State Farm back then, but no, they would just say, swing by and pick up a map for free.
No, they would actually wire bind it.
Yeah.
And you would flip it, and it would tell you, as soon as you got past that page, it'd tell you each road and where to turn, and then you'd have to flip it after you turned, and then tell you how far you were going to go on that road. And those were kind of cool back in the olden days. I'm showing my age. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so that's for Tuesday, tomorrow night. And we're talking compasses and how to do what's called orienteering or land navigation. Thursday night on the Midnight Ride, start out with news and all the fun stuff coming out of California and affecting other parts of the country now. Sandra Volmer just came in on your side.
Thank you. Sorry, we're just about to leave, but thank you for coming in.
Friday night, back here on Camppatton Family Compound. I'm waiting for a confirmation from the Green Wizard. Just lost his name.
I saw it and I can't remember either, but we're talking about minerals in the soil.
Yes. Dang. Anyways, the Green Wizard has his book and the Green Wizard's Guide and everything else. He's going to be coming. Hopefully he'll be on. Has he replied back yet? No. Anyways, so but the topic on Friday here on Camppatton Family Compound is minerals for your garden. And so it's great to have all the compost and everything else, but if you don't have the proper minerals, your plants are going to be suffering. We talk about what plants those are, what minerals those are that the plants need, and ways to getting them. Saturday on Survival Saturday, Gray Man Prepping. For Gray Man Prepping is going to be after California falls into the sea. What is your plans? And guess what I found out? There's an area down by San Pedro, a big area that is moving 4 inches a month towards, I think it's 4 inches a month, I think it's 4 inches a month. It's sliding 4 inches a month towards the ocean.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's not a fault line. It's a surface slide.
Ooh.
From all the rain and stuff they've been getting down there. And when the last hurricane that came across Mexico and dumped on them, it's been sliding a little bit and it's picking up speed. Is that
in that former lake? Or
this is on the seaward side of the coastal mountains.
Okay.
So San Pedro Pier and down there by south of Los Angeles is the area they're talking about. But that area is slipping and sliding. You know, the song sliding away.
Not good, not good.
That's as far as I'm going to go with it. And it's so off key, they ain't going to be able to identify it. So anyways, that's Saturday on Survival Saturday. Next Monday here, the topic coming up is off-grid canning.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be nice enough I can do something outside.
Yeah. He's too far up on the hills on solid rock. and that's way south of him. And he's probably far enough south that Steve is probably going, bye.
You're bad.
All right, so that's what's coming up for the next week. As always, if you have a question of a topic or have a topic you want us to cover for here on Monday nights, either email to Tammy@rebelcanners.com or me at Camppatton Family Compound. My email is in the bottom of my side, on the very bottom of it. Is yours on your description of your video?
Yes, it's in every description.
Okay, so look down in the descriptions for our emails, and you can email us suggestions for topics.
Mine is my name here, the RC part, at gmail.com. So that's pretty easy.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming. Hope you learned something. I know I learned a little bit, and I know there's a lot of good stuff came in from the side chat there. So we thank you guys in the side chat for your contributions too.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Oh, and I forgot. Got to get this quick. Come on, got to get it up here. Okay. Gray Man Prepping is at 2,013 subscribers. So somewhere around the 15th, on Gray Man Prepping, there'll be a giveaway for subscribers and channel members. All right, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.